I do want to start with a very interesting story that is posted on Tony Curry Radio and also, of course, on our website. There was a fight this weekend. MMA fans are absolutely disgusted. It takes a lot to disgust an MMA fan. But it was an intergender fight.
Intergender?
Intergender. It was a male against a female.
Okay.
They were disgusted after a female fighter was battered by a male opponent during an intergender fight in Poland. One viewer described the scene as horrific as the ref was forced to stop the bout.
Okay.
This woman named Ola Sulzak, she's an arm wrestler, fitness instructor who regularly shows off her bulging biceps online, took on this Putruk Moyboy guy who describes himself as 185 centimeters of pure sex.
Centimeters?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Centimeters would have to be. Yeah. The video emerged online, held in a Polish city, which I'm not going to try to describe, and evidently the pair were seen showing different barbs, and she's punching him and he's punching her, and then he just absolutely exposes her and just starts hammering her face. It went horribly wrong. Moyboy's managers to turn on her and flips her onto her back. She attempts to wriggle out, and obviously he's stronger than she is, and so he holds her down, and she is just being battered by this guy.
Why didn't they break it up?
They did.
Okay.
They stopped the fight. But then MMA fans rushed to condemn the spectacle, saying, how is this sanctioned? It was a sanctioned fight.
Yeah.
This is horrific. F everyone who took part in this, and F you for posting the highlights. What is unrivaled in this effing stuff? This is absurd. This is not MMA. It was an MMA sanctioned fight.
That's very disappointing because because MMA, I mean, obviously MMA is legit, but relatively speaking, compared to boxing, compared to others, it's newer, legit. It's more fragile, and that's a stupid move. That's just a stupid move.
Well,
we don't have intergender boxing.
I think we've had a boxing match between a male and a female. Yeah,
that was sanctioned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if it was sanctioned by the international boxing community, but. That's why
Billie Jean King against John.
Yeah, I know, right? We've had males and females and Battle of the Sexes. We used to have a show called Battle of the Sexes, right?
That's fine.
And I'm okay with that. But when you're talking about something where people are being battered, but
how much did she say what she weighed in at? Like, were they equal? No. Close to the same size?
I think he had her about 30 pounds.
See, to be honest with you, seriously,
I'm not sure how MMA does their like heavyweight. In boxing, we had what's his face outweighed the Bronze Bomber by 40 pounds. There are weight limits. I'm not sure what the weight situation is in MMA.
Okay,
but again, it was a sanctioned fight. She wanted to fight.
Yeah, she wasn't coerced into it. Yeah, well, as far as we know.
And evidently they're talking about doing more of these intergender fights. And as a fan, I don't know. We're so into assault and not battering women, not punching women, and to see something sanctioned where you have a guy.
Yeah,
it's like we used to always say, will women ever play professional or competitive football?
We got women's flag football now.
Yeah, but it's women playing flag football.
Intergender.
Do you want to be? We had the kicker for Vanderbilt. Do you want to be the guy where she missnaps and you have to tackle her? Are you going to blindside her? I mean, are you going to knock her off her feet?
I know, but that's
knowing that she's a woman.
But we don't have that in any sports. You know, I mean, we don't have intergender basketball.
So we're going to make the argument then that if we shouldn't have this, then should we allow women or men play in other gender sports?
No, it would be you wouldn't have in other gender. You would have, essentially you'd have co-ed sanctioned. Like, it's hard in fighting. It's hard in MMA.
We've been saying for years, why don't women play football? Well, okay. You can play football, but it's a brutal sport. It's
well, yeah, but what about? Basketball is a better example. Baseball, maybe. I'm thinking about semi non-contact. Obviously basketball is,
and that's my point. Is if you're going to say it's okay in semi-contact sports, we should have more women playing Major League Baseball, or we should have more women playing the NBA. Okay, they have their own league, but they can do it. So if we're going to mesh those lines and say, okay, then that's fine, then why shouldn't it be all sports.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I mean, this sort of speaks about gender differences. I'm just saying this, and it is different. But you see all the time at recreational levels, you see co-ed, not football, but you see co-ed everything else. Mm-hmm. Why don't we have co-ed leagues? Why not?
I mean,
hell, we don't even have co-ed bowling.
Yeah,
like there's a men's bowling league and a women's bowling league.
I don't know.
Wait, curling. Is curling co-ed?
No.
Yes, it is.
Is there?
I think so.
It's not really a sport, but I know
Dude,
where you're going. Awesome. I guess my point being is if you're going to say okay, the women should be able to play all sports, which I understand, then why? Then it's all sports. And if she wants to fight,
yeah. I again, I think that it's size difference, strength difference. I mean, I don't know what MMA may have that was not a smart move.
I know, right? I'm kind of like, well, again, no one was making her fight, and if she wants to go in there and give it her best shot, then I'm okay with it.
Well, and if you would say, I guess you could also say, if she's highly qualified, she's a top of the line MMA fighter, mm-hmm. she's sanctioned.
Yeah.
Sure.
You okay with it then?
I mean,
there's something incredibly uncomfortable.
MMA and boxing. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of either. I have nothing against it, but just watching people beat each other up is. And
I don't have a problem too. At first, I didn't like two females beat each other up.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's coming from another female, okay, and I've seen it. I watched it not regularly. And males, I don't have any problem with it at all. But there is something really uncomfortable about seeing a guy pound a woman into submission, even in a competitive
fight. What
fight.
if she would have kicked his ass? Would it have been okay?
Well, when that happens, we'll certainly know.
No, but I'm saying, would that made you feel any better? Let's just say she pounded his ass.
Oh,
they'd be cheering.
He would have never lived to tell the story.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this is not about because of embarrassment.
And it needs to be, if it's sanctioned, then it's respected because it is a sanctioned event. You can get a guy and a girl in a trailer park and kick the shit at each other. I mean, you can do that anywhere you want. But the fact that it was MMA sanctioned, it was part of her competitive record. She got paid for it. And so now they're saying, should they not sanction such type fights? And I think in this.
Well, did she get pounded because she was undersized, underskilled? That's what I mean. I can imagine, even in MMA, I can imagine a competition where if the weights are close, I mean, I can imagine a highly skilled MMA female fighter holding her own, if not winning, in a male.
Did we have Ali's daughter fight a guy?
Did she fight a guy? She's beautiful, by the way.
She is a hell of a fighter.
His grandson, Nico, is now. Now trying to make it onto the scene as a middleweight, featherweight.
I don't know. Get your thoughts. Go to Tony Kurre Radio on social media on Facebook or.
I mean, I like the fact that we're talking about it. We've always, look, because we're talking all the controversy about transgender stuff. I don't think we've ever had a conversation about intergender or co-ed.
And the transgender is a very interesting point, in that a lot of women who have had boys who turn into girls who want to play competitive sports in high school. That is obviously and I forget the girl in California. She's winning everything. She's winning everything in her sport. She was born a boy. She's turned into a girl. She's gone through the proper protocol and everything. She's just wiping the slate clean because of her body type, her body mass. Listen, we're all trying to mesh everyone together, and women are equal to men, and men are equal to equal, and it's true, and I know that, and they should have the equal opportunities.
I see you're rolling your eyes already, but
there are some things where we have to keep things separate. We're still different.
Yeah, but why? But why do we have to keep it separate?
Because I don't think a lot of us, and really, we're going to vote with our feet here.
Exactly.
Are people going to go watch a man beat the shit out of a woman?
No. But
in an MMA fight?
See, but you already,
but I know some guys that probably would.
No, but you already made the assumption. I mean, I agree with you.
If you want to do it, that's fine.
No, but we're still different. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You're making the assumption. Do people want to go watch a man beat the crap out of a woman? No.
Well, they did in Poland.
No, but
because it was sold out.
You made the assumption. Do people want to watch co-ed MMA competition? Because you're already making the assumption that going into the ring, that is going to be the outcome every single time. If that's the outcome every single time, I'm with you. I'm like, that's disgusting. But who is to say that, and if that is the outcome every single time, because of differences in strength or weight or whatever, it shouldn't be sanctioned. But that's what I'm saying is, if there are situations where a female athlete, an MMA female athlete, can hold her own, can come close, can win, then I don't have a problem with it.
It flies in the face of everything we're being told. Don't hit girls. Respect women, do all these things, but
women are going to tell you this. But listen, here's the deal. When it comes to sports, a woman playing a game who chooses to be in that situation is not going to tell you, be nice to me. Don't hurt me. Be kind with me. I mean, you're talking about the highest levels of competition. Again, MMA is difficult because I would like to see another fight. Maybe not her. I'd like to see another one.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Because these are women who want to do this. Listen, growing up, I played soccer I played club soccer, and when I was about, I think it was 14 or 15, there was a girl who had played. She was so good going up throughout, the youth soccer. They were constantly putting her on the boys' teams. She was that good.
Yep.
And by the time we got into junior high, there was all these questions about, actually, this was great. This is the maturity difference. As young soccer players, we were maybe 10, 11. If we wanted to play, train against better, we'd play the girls' 14-year-old team, which is really interesting. That's a very interesting dynamic.
Hey, you guys get to play.
Yeah, I mean, and we were like,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's get to play. But we would get our asses kicked because they were better. But there was a girl who went on to play collegiate soccer, who not only did she hold her own with 14, 15-year-old boys, she was making us look like fools, and not just with moves, strength.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there are sports. I mean, I know people are like, you got to separate the two. Why? Why do I not have men against women in tennis?
I'll say this. I always thought it was really strange because women have always talked about they need equal pay in tennis and professional tennis, and I'm all about equal pay, but then you're going to have to play the same number of games.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely.
There's something bizarre, and someone can chime in and tell me, why in the hell do men play 5 sets and women only have to play 3?
Which is that I think that's not appropriate.
Is it because they get more tired? Is it because their body types?
What would Serena say?
She'd do 7 if she had to.
Yes. That's what
we're talking the best. But I never understood from a strength standpoint, from a stamina standpoint, from an aerobic standpoint.
Yeah. Why not?
You're not talking about why don't women play 5-game sets? Why is that?
I still go back to the same thing. We have different bowling leagues.
Yeah.
Professional bowling. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Ping pong.
I watched the video, and it was incredibly uncomfortable for me to watch some guy, and he was not going to get beat. I'm sure his manager's like, you get beat, you're done. You're never going to fight again. So lay it out. This is your career, and she wants this, then give it to her. She got after it. You can go ahead and comment on Tony Kurre Radio on Twitter as well as Facebook. All right, so today is Day of the Dead. It's also known
Dia
as
de los Muertos.
De Muertos.
Muertos.
It's also All Saints Day, which is kind of the same thing. Today is Give Up Your Shoulds Day. Kind of like this. I should lose weight. I should call. You know what that is? I should do this. I should cut the grass today. This is the day where you just blow off your shoulds. Kind of like that, actually.